Hi, we're back with the comics panel. Stephanie's here and Grogan is here. And we're going to continue to talk about horror comics. We talked a little bit about EC and we mentioned Warren. Warren was a little bit later. They came around in the 70s. They were a magazine size. They were black and white, so they didn't have to follow the comic code because it was very specific. And they put out things like Creepy and Eerie and Vampirella.
Woo!
Yes.
Along with a few other things, but those are the ones that are the more horror-related, that were probably the more famous and more successful. The things about... Well, Vampirella was a character, and she was one of the reoccurring characters that really made a mark and is still around today. But Creepy and Eerie were anthologies at the time, and they had a lot of great artists, kind of like EC in a way. Pretty much the best in the business at that time as far as I'm concerned, and really good writing, and they put out really top quality publication. You didn't really read a whole lot of Warren?
No, sorry.
Steph read at least some.
I've read quite a bit.
All right.
But
what do you like? What was your favorite things?
what do I like about like Creepy and Eerie?
Yeah.
Mostly like with my ADD, like 15 minutes of story reading is really nice. A short, concise, like twist plot.
Yeah.
Especially, like, even the horror is just so interesting because it's like, it's never really going to go the way that a superhero comic goes. It goes in a very different direction because anything can happen because it's supernatural.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, the good guy would win, other times not.
Exactly.
Even if the monster was really, really horrific and was not the Frankenstein syndrome where you kind of root for him, even if he was not that person, nobody's rooting for him, he would still win sometimes. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty cool in that way.
And a lot of dark humor.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, my God, I love
letters
dark
pages
humor.
and great ads and things. So all kinds of cool stuff. Warren was a great publication. They still do tributes to it. There's all kinds of information on Warren. Check it out.
They still publish Creepy and Eerie as well.
Yeah, I guess so. I
get it every month.
You do it? Yeah, okay. I don't... Every time... When it first came out, I realized the only reason I was buying it was because they did a backup story from the original Creepy and Eerie, a reprint, and I have all them anyway.
Oh, but the new stories aren't bad. They're pretty good.
They're okay.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're okay. It's not like the Warren that I remember, though.
Okay.
So.
It's not your father's book, right?
Yeah. So check it out. Check out the old Warren. They're done in reprints, and check out the new Creepy and Eerie.
I enjoy it quite a bit.
Can we talk about comics that I like?
Yes.
Or comics that I like? Talk about Walking Dead! Walking Dead.
All right, we're going to talk about The Walking Dead a little bit. Wouldn't be a Halloween show if we didn't at least talk a little bit about Walking Dead.
And zombies. And brains.
And brains, yeah. We have to talk about zombies a little bit.
You have to.
I don't know. You just take it. You do it.
Well, how great is The Walking Dead? It's a book about people trying to make a better life for themselves. It's about hope. Wouldn't you say it's about hope? Oh, wait, you don't read it, do you?
I have no hope.
You have no hope. You should read this book, and I hope you would like it. You should. Because really, to try to get you guys on board, what's really cool is they do take... It's not just zombies. It really isn't. So if anybody's out there thinking, oh, I hate The Walking Dead, it's all about zombies. No, it's not about zombies.
It's about personality conflicts.
It's drama. There's drama. How can you have a story if it's all zombies without any drama? Nobody's going to read it or watch it.
It's about the people.
Yes.
It's not necessarily about the actual undead.
You come vested into the characters.
It's like a reality show where you're allowed to behead people and beat them with bats.
Sounds like Survivor.
In a post-apocalyptic. Yeah.
Apocalypse. He's going to be in the next X-Men. So anyway, basically, there was a scene, and this is from old comics, so it's not like I'm spoiling alert here. There was a group of people. They just didn't feel like hunting. They didn't feel like going out anywhere. They just waited till people came to the door, and they ate them, cannibalistic style. They weren't zombies. They were regular humans. They didn't feel like going to the mini mart.
That
anymore.
is sad. Sad
It wasn't
for them.
sad. It was smart because
That's
the
pretty
dinner,
hopeful.
That's
The dinner comes to you.
Yeah, and you're hoping that it comes within 30 minutes or less. You got to hope these things.
And the meat is well marbled.
Right. Oh well, you get somebody a little chunky, right?
Well-
and then if they're chubby, then you're not going to run very
Well,
fast.
not necessarily. I mean, like, it depends on how fit they are. Because, like, weight is not exactly a
Well,
good
you want
indicator.
fat in their veins, right? So when they try to run, they have a heart attack. You want the
I think
arteries
at the
clogged.
point where I would become a cannibal, I would just, go with whatever.
Right.
Anything I
Why-
caught, really.
Yeah,
Why are you bringing up marbled? I'm like, why do you want marbled? Who cares if it's in
I
front
just
of
think
you?
human beings are more well taken care of than, like, say, cattle.
Well, then you want to get the young ones for like the veal, so get the smaller children. Okay,
I think we're
good.
going a
there
little
you go.
far.
Well, you're the one that said it.
And
I
we
did.
have
You went to
evolved
children.
to cannibalism.
Yeah, you
about the
started
Walking
that.
Dead.
I want the like cattle. You said like cattle. So that happened a couple of years ago. Currently, which is really good, there's a group of people. They are taking the zombie skins and they're wearing them as full bodysuits. And they're walking among the zombies.
Do they
and-
ask, do you wear a size 14?
No, they don't.
Do they have zombie capes?
No zombie capes. Because I know what you're referring to, a zombie superhero called Necroman,
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna
You
say.
should bring Necroman into this conversation. Do you know who Necroman is?
I get the feeling I will.
No, if you don't, that's understandable. You should check out Paranoia Comics on Facebook, and you'll find out the first zombie superhero, who it is. So, that being said, you should check out The Walking Dead, because there's hope for a better civilization, and there's food.
Well, it's definitely a good seller.
It is.
It not only is a good selling comic book, in case you didn't know, they've made television shows all about it. And
There's
all
a
kinds of
television
things.
show?
Yeah,
Get
there's a
out!
Yeah,
television
it's
show.
number one, and it beats out Sunday Night NFL. So how does that go? That's pretty
Not
darn
in
good.
my
I don't
house.
know. I just turned I just turned off the TV right after Mad Men.
But
Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Mad Men's off.
well, if we're going to talk about The Walking Dead a little bit, let's talk about other zombie comics or others.
Oh.
What makes The Walking Dead a Walking Dead comic and not necessarily a zombie comic?
Because it doesn't deal with only zombies.
Because it's
Deals
not
with
about it's about the people, not necessarily the zombies themselves.
their endeavor to build a better world, in spite of such obstacles as someone trying to eat you, which is very horrific. Because if you were trying to be eaten alive, that's pretty horrific, and yet you still push on. I think that alone instills the human spirit to its fullest. Really, I mean, how can you sit there and say it's not a comic that tries to take out what was bad in society and say let's try to fix it now, because we can fix it, because with all the troubles that are going on now, you can't really fix them. You have to hope the government fixes it. Well, if the world breaks down, you get a group of people, like-minded individuals.
You are the government.
You can make a better world. So that's why I think it's a bestseller. And even if the television series goes off, it'll still be there because it was there before the series was on, and it was still pumping out good stories. So that's why I would recommend reading that horror comic. So
And that's the take on The Walking Dead,
so
according to Grogan.
well, you should read it. You guys should really
We'll read it. We'll read it.
I read the compendium. First 54 issues.
That's a lot. So you got a good taste
I read
of
it
it.
before Christmas. I was not
Cool.
happy.
So is that all we're going to talk about?
That's all we're
today?
going to talk about right now.
If you have any comments, please leave them in the box below.
Like us on Facebook.
And definitely subscribe
Subscribe
to
to our
us on
YouTube
YouTube.
channel.
Thanks for watching.